What if there was a place on Earth where people vanish without explanation, where time bends, electronics die, and shadows whisper from the trees? A place so feared that locals refuse to enter, and even soldiers report hallucinations, nausea, and sudden burns. This place is real. It's called Hoia Baciu Forest, and the truth about what happens there will haunt you. Welcome back to Burning Daylight. Tonight, we step deep into one of the world's most haunted forests, a place so mysterious it's been called the Bermuda Triangle of Romania. Grab a blanket, turn the lights down, and let's head into the woods. Tucked just outside the city of Cluj-Napoca in Transylvania, Hoia Baciu Forest spans over 700 acres of warped trees, strange energy, and unexplained disappearances. Locals say the forest is cursed, a place where time bends and reality fractures. And this reputation isn't new. It began with a disappearance that still fuels legends today. A shepherd named Hoia Baciu vanished inside the forest with his flock of 200 sheep. They were never seen again. No remains. No footprints. Nothing. Soon, stories began to spread. The trees in Hoia Baciu twist and curve unnaturally. Cameras malfunction. Phones lose signal. And worst of all, people go missing. In the 1960s, a Romanian biologist named Alexandru Sift began studying the forest. He captured photographs of strange shapes and orbs of light, objects that weren't visible with the naked eye. In 1968, another researcher took what would become one of the most infamous UFO photographs in Europe, a disc-shaped object hovering above the forest. Since then, Hoia Baciu has drawn thousands of investigators, thrill seekers, and scientists, many of whom report terrifying experiences. Sudden rashes or burns on their skin, intense nausea or dizziness, feelings of being watched or stalked, hearing whispers or voices with no source, seeing shadows dart between trees. Electronic devices often fail. Batteries drain instantly, and GPS systems glitch. Some believe these are signs of high electromagnetic activity. Others think something more unnatural is at work. One of the forest's most chilling landmarks is a mysterious clearing, a near-perfect circle where nothing grows. No plants, no insects, no sound. Tests on the soil have found nothing abnormal, yet vegetation refuses to grow there. It's in this clearing that many of the strangest events occur. One of the most disturbing stories involves a young girl who vanished into the forest only to return 5 years later, wearing the same clothes, unchanged in appearance, and with no memory of where she'd been. Her family had assumed she was dead, yet she was unharmed, healthy, silent. No explanation has ever been given. Romanian military personnel who've trained in the Hoia Baciu forest have reported strange and disturbing symptoms, confusion, hallucinations, and an overwhelming sense of dread that intensified the longer they remained. Some units outright refused to return after their first exposure. Soldiers trained for combat felt something there they couldn't explain and couldn't shake. Tourists haven't fared much better. Many describe hearing footsteps close behind them, yet no one is there when they turn around. Others are gripped by sudden panic attacks, dizziness, or the persistent feeling that they're being watched, followed by something just outside their line of sight. One woman claimed her backpack was yanked violently from her back while walking alone. No animals, no wind, just a hard pull and the distinct sense that she was no longer alone. In 2016, A team of paranormal researchers deployed motion-activated cameras and sensors in the infamous dead zone. What they captured still defies explanation. Long-limbed, humanoid shapes darting between trees, no animals visible, and no natural triggers for the sensors. These weren't shadows or tricks of light. They moved with intent, and they weren't recorded by any thermal imaging. And the accounts don't end there. In 1999, 5 hikers entered the forest near twilight. What began as a casual trek became a nightmare. They experienced an abrupt drop in temperature, their phones, and compasses failed, and then came the footsteps, loud, circling them in the dark. Laughter echoed through the trees. One hiker collapsed, overcome by nausea and fear. When they escaped the forest's edge, their devices suddenly powered back on, as if nothing had happened. Other teams have reported physical encounters, investigators being pushed or scratched by unseen forces. One man was violently thrown several feet across the clearing, his back torn through thick fabric by 3 deep scratches. Seconds before it happened, his team's infrared camera caught a brilliant white flash, but nothing else. Equipment often fails inside the forest. Batteries drain in seconds. GPS signals vanish. Cameras record bizarre anomalies, orbs, warped human-like shapes, and even eerie faces embedded in tree bark. And some say the trees themselves seem to breathe, watching, listening. These aren't just rumors or internet creepypasta. These are logged encounters submitted by soldiers, scientists, and civilians over decades. Whatever lives in Hoia, Baciu, it doesn't want to be found. Hoia, Baciu isn't just a haunted forest. It's a wound in the fabric of reality, a place where logic and science break down, a place where silence isn't peaceful, it's oppressive. So if you ever find yourself in Transylvania and someone offers to take you to the edge of the forest, ask yourself, what if something follows you back out? Subscribe for more true haunted stories and mysteries the world still can't explain. Thanks for watching Burning Daylight. And remember, some places were never meant to be found.